Welcome to my Idaho cabin, where the elk and deer run free. Welcome to my Idaho cabin, hope you spend a little time with me.
Hi everybody, this is Rick. Welcome to my Idaho cabin. Today I'm your dude with the food, as you can see. It's kind of, it's in the middle of hunting season, and so I figured that it's a little on the cool side, so I'm going to have some soup tonight. Well, my second wife was Portuguese, and one of my favorite soups that she used to make all the time was Portuguese kale soup. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. But first, I want to introduce you to my new refrigerator. The old one kind of took a dump, and so I managed to get this one online at a good price, and we moved it in last week, and it's just working fine. So anyway, this is the new refrigerator, and I'm going to show you how to make Portuguese kale soup. And we're going to do that, not with my beer, but with chicken broth, a couple of large onions, some garlic, pepper, salt, red kidney beans, potatoes, and the star of the show, Silva linguisa. This may be hard to find, but anyway, the blue one here is the hot, which I prefer, and this one is the regular. So we're going to do a combination of both. It's going to be 2/3 hot and 1/3 regular, because I think Grandma, I don't know that she's going to like the hot, but at any rate, we're going to cut them up into 3 pieces each linguisa, so that's 6 pieces per package. And I'll stick a toothpick in the regulars so Grandma knows that which one she's getting. So when we get to that point, I'll get back to you. Into this large pot, I have added 12 cups of chicken broth. It's because I'm going to make 1.5 times the recipe. So here are the linguisa going in, and the ones with the toothpicks are the regular. You want to, these two are hooked together. Well, that's it. We'll just do that. Let's see if the others are too. Yes, they are. Okay. We'll cut them apart. We can't have Siamese twins in here. My brother and I are the only twins in this family. So there we go. Now, I'm going to bring this to a gentle boil, and I'm going to simmer it for about 35 or 40 minutes, and let all that good flavor from the linguisa come out. Okay, I'm going to chop up these onions, and we'll add those to the pot after the linguisa comes to a boil. So one good thing about this recipe, well, first of all, it's authentic. It's an authentic Portuguese kale soup recipe. And Dee and I and the kids used to have it all the time, and I really look forward to it. It's just one of those things, it's got a really neat flavor to it, and it's filling, and you just can't wait to get seconds or more the next day. So anyway, hope you like it, and I'll get to making this stuff, and then I'll show you how we put it together. Now I'm going to prepare some onions and some garlic to saute prior to putting them in the pot. So I have diced the onions here, and now I'm measuring out some garlic to put in there, and when it's ready to go, we'll put it in the pot. Okay, I have the onions chopped and the garlic, and now I'm going to prepare the kale. This is kale. Now these stems are kind of tough and woody, so we want to get rid of those. What we're going to do is just peel off the leaves from the kale and throw the stems away. Or maybe I'll give it to Smokey. We'll see how he likes it. Kind of strong, he might not like it. But anyway, I'll get those prepared and be right back. What you do is tear the leaves off of here and then break them up just a little bit. You can leave the tip of the stem on there, that's okay. and then break them up a little bit, not too much, because they're gonna wilt way down when they hit the hot chicken broth. So anyway, we'll just take the leaves off of here and then break it up into smaller pieces. You can cut it or tear it. Like lettuce, I like to tear things. I don't cut lettuce is no good. Not supposed to ever cut lettuce for a salad. So we'll just do it like this. Tear it up just a little bit. And when I get this done, I'll be back with you. The linguisa is now gently simmering in the pot and releasing all that good linguisa flavor into the broth. So this will stay in here for about 45 minutes, and then we'll start adding the rest of the stuff. The linguisa has now been simmering in the chicken broth for about 45 minutes or so. So now, in the meantime, I have been sautéing some onions and garlic. And so now we're going to add those to the pot. Alright, I've taken the kale, and you'll notice I'm using quite a large pot here, quite deep. And that's because the kale is quite large. It takes a lot of volume. So now we're going to add the kale to the soup. That's why you want to use a large pot for that. Okay, now we're going to add some salt and pepper to start the seasoning process. So we'll put a couple of nice pinches of salt in here and some pepper. Now we're going to increase the temperature on this and cook the kale down until it's just starting to become tender. And when we get to that point, I'll come back and we'll go on to the next step. The kale has now been gently boiling, a little more than a simmer, for about 15 minutes to soften up. So now we're going to add 2 cans of kidney beans, undrained. And the diced potatoes. The potatoes have been draining or been sitting in cold water. There we go. Now everything's in the pot, so we will get it all stirred up and let it continue to cook until the potatoes are tender. So I'm going to cover this and we will let it continue to cook. And when it's ready, I'll be back with you. The final step is to cut the linguisa up into 3 pieces each. And these are the hot because they don't have a toothpick in them. So we'll put those in there. Our little parrots outside, well, we're going to cut them up into more. And these are the regular, they're not hot. So we'll just, now, we'll put a toothpick in each one so that everybody knows. Okay. Now the linguisa is going to go back into the pot, And we'll stir it all up a little bit. And check the potatoes. Now I'm going to check the seasonings. I'd say it's pretty good right there. So we'll shut this puppy off and take it out. I want to check one of the potatoes just to make sure it's okay. Yep, we're good to go. Okay, we're ready to serve. Okay, there you are, Portuguese linguisa kale soup. Ready to go. Well, thank you for visiting me at this episode of My Idaho Cabin. I hope you enjoy this soup. It's really, really good, very, very tasty, and lots of flavor, and it's good for you. So anyway, the recipe will be right down here, and the subscribe and the like buttons are over here, so please do that, and by all means, leave me a comment or two. So until next time, this is Rick at My Idaho Cabin.
Welcome to my Idaho cabin, where the elk and deer run free. Welcome to my Idaho cabin. Thanks for spending time with